Hey folks, daily Landsblog for the 21st of November 2020. And as soon as I start talking, it's like, I want part of the action. I want to be on camera. And that little squeaky voice that you heard, not that one, that deep baritone voice, that Luciano Pavarotti type of dog, but his cousin, Louis, who will make an appearance, I'm pretty sure, sometime. Today is International Survivors of Suicide Loss Day. International Survivors of Suicide Loss Day. It's kind of confusing, and if you think about it, it's actually really difficult to think of how to refer to it. I guess somebody thought we need to do a day that acknowledges and deals with the millions of people across the world who have dealt with losing someone to suicide, and that's what today is for. And one of the things that you realize when it happens is the number of people that are affected by it. You know, whether it's from a big family or a small family, whether you have a lot of friends or few friends, the reach is unimaginable, and the pain is unimaginable, and the lack of understanding is unimaginable, and knowing what to say that would be appropriate is really, really difficult. I think most of us have a tough time thinking about significant things to say to anyone that has a loss. You know, I called up a friend earlier this week and wanted to offer condolences on a very precious loss for her. And I said, look, I'm not going to say I'm sorry. That seems ridiculous. I mean, of course I'm sorry. Like, who's not going to be sorry? What does that say? And I think with suicide, it's really a lot more complicated because of lack of understanding that people have. And I think that what you owe somebody that you care about who has lost someone to suicide, what you really owe them is to try to get a better understanding, if you need it, as to why people take their own lives. To accept the fact that 90% of people that take their own lives are actually trying to get away from themselves and to get away from their mental illness. 90% suffer from a mental illness. And I remember when I was a kid that if someone took their own life, and you very seldom heard about it, but if they did, everybody said, why? That was the question. Why?
Or how did they do it?
Or how did they do it, which is totally inappropriate. But the why question, that's a good point, Case. But the why question used to be so relevant and still is. I mean, still to this day, I would say half people will respond with a why. Well, we know what the why is. The why is mental illness. That's what drives people to the place where they can't deal with the pain or an illness. And, you know, V, I talked about her yesterday, about how you have these thoughts in your head that you simply can't get away from. It's not like you create these thoughts, but it's also not like you can stop them unless you treat the illness. So, you know, we have, Clever Klaus, Loving Lou, Idiotic Isidore, Denial Derek, and today, Suicidal Stu. I'm Suicidal Stu now. You know, I want to take my own life, and I don't worry about what I'm going to do to others so much because I know that people will be better off without me. I know that, sure, they'll feel some pain, but I'm really such a burden on people. I hurt people so much with my own pain. And it gets to the point where all I am is someone that you have to help and you have to manage and you have to look out for and you have to worry. You know, am I okay? Where is he? Is he doing something? And I hate the fact that I'm doing that to you, a person that I care about. So if you think that by taking my life, I want to get away from you, no, that's not it at all. I want to get away from what I do to you. And most of all, I want to get away from me. SickNotWeak.com, 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. We're here because things like this, you gotta talk about them.